In this tutorial, we are going to talk about Langchain parsers, and then we will discuss the concept of chains in this framework. So, what are parsers? In simple words, parsers allow us to structure the language model response. Currently, if you run this file, you are going to see this type of format in the response. But this is not what I want. I want to get everything in a JSON format. In this case, we have to use Langchain parsers. So in Langchain parsers, first of all, we need to define our format. So we are going to use Pydantic for defining that format, and then we need to pass that format to the Langchain parser, and then we need to pass that parser to the prompt template, and finally the prompt template to our language model. So there is a chain between these steps. So in the end of this lecture, we will learn how you can use chains to streamline this whole process. But first, let's implement the concept of parsers. So we need to define the output format first. So I'm going to use the Pydantic. So from Pydantic, we are going to use the base model class of Pydantic, and let's define here our format. And our format class is going to inherit this base model. Instead of model, let's type here format. It will be more meaningful. And in the output, I'm going to have the product name and then the company name. So let's type here. And the type is going to be string. And let's write here the company name. Now, in order to make things more meaningful, let's provide some description for our language model regarding these two properties. So I'm going to use the uh, field class for defining the description is equals to, and then description is equals to, this is going to be the product which company is making. So let's type here, and let's provide description for the company name as well. So in the output, we are going to get these two things. And now we need to pass this format to the parser class of Langchain. So let's import that parser. We are going to use the Pydantic output parser because we have defined our format using Pydantic. Output parsers import Pydantic output parser. And let's type here Pydantic output parser, and let's pass our format. Pydantic object is equals to format. Simple. So we have successfully defined our format. It's time to define our template for this. So we are going to use our previous template. Copy this template and paste it right here. And right below everything, I'm going to say format, and I'm going to pass this format. So let's type here a variable name. So this will tell the language model how to format the response. So let's import our prompt template, and let's pass it. First of all, we need to pass our input variables. So let's copy this name and paste it right here. Now you will be thinking that okay, this format is also our input variable name, but let me introduce you with a new concept, and that is partial variables. So in prompt template, we have a property called partial variables. So partial variables allow us to partially format our prompt template, and it is because sometimes we get some of the variables before others. So we are going to get the value of this format variable first, then the product name. That's why we need to define this format variable as our partial variable. So let's type here partial variables. Format is going to be our partial variable. Now what will be the value of this format or this partial variable? So its value will be the format. So let's type here parser, which is our parser dot get format instructions. So this get format instruction is going to return all the information which is required for this language model in order to format our output according to this format. And now our template has been completed. So we have completed two steps. We have defined the format, we have a template. It's time to use our language model. So let's import our OpenAI language model, and let's define our large language model right here, OpenAI. And I'm going to leave the temperature as it is. Response is equals to LLM, and we need to pass our template. So template dot format prompt, and we are going to pass product name. So let's copy this name, is equals to colorful socks. Oops, we need to pass here our template as well. So template is equals to template. And we also need to convert format response to string because this LLM model works only with string. So let's type here dot to string, print our response. So we need to define our API key. So I have created here a new Python file which is going to return our OpenAI key. So let's import that function from this file. And I'm going to call this function which is going to return the OpenAI key. Yes, I think we should test it out. And yes, this is what we were expecting. And this time we got our response in JSON format. Now what if I want to print the description? So I just need to define here another key. It's going to be description. Obviously it's going to be string, and let's provide description for it as well. So we have provided this description, show the company name and the product of the company, and let's run it one more time. Excellent. We got the product name, the company name, and the description. This is how you can use parsers in Langchain. Now, as you can see, this process is quite long. You need to first define this format, then you need to pass that product name, convert that to string, get a response, print a response. So if you move to some bigger projects, obviously these steps gets bigger and bigger and bigger. To avoid these steps, you just need to chain them. So let's comment this line, and I'll say chain is equals to, so let's import langchain chains, LLMChains. What is going to be the model? Just type here LLM is equals to LLM. The prompt is going to be template. Here I'll just say chain dot run, and we just need to pass here our product name. So let's go with headphones this time. Let's run. And yes, this time we got the same output. So I hope you have understood the concept of parsing and chains. And in the next lecture, we are going to discuss another important concept, and I'll see you there. Bye bye.